So we also have this tab M, other returns. So what other type of tax returns do we do at our VITA sites? So we do amended returns. Amended returns means that we are correcting a previously submitted tax return. This could be maybe income was missing, W-2 or other income statements were not originally provided. We are adding or removing dependents. We're claiming or removing deductions or credits that were on the original tax return, or we're changing a filing status. So maybe we did someone's 2020 tax return and they got a W-2 statement in the mail late, or maybe it was corrected on there. And so we've already submitted that return. It's been accepted by the IRS. So now they need to come back and add that W-2. So that is a amended return. And this is a form 1040X on there. So the good thing about amended returns for most of the year, they can now be e-filed electronically. So that means tax years 2019, 2020, and 2021 can be e-filed electronically through our TaxSlayer software. It still will take longer than original return to process, but the good thing, these do not have to be paper returns and mailed in. And for most of these amended returns, it's recommended, or we typically give those to our advanced volunteers to prepare. But definitely if you are a volunteer that is very interested in taxes, you're a quick learner, eager to learn, and you are wanting to do an amended return, it may be something that your site coordinator can set some time with you and actually walk you through one to get you acclimated on there. So in addition to our prior year our amended returns, we also do prior year returns. So in the actual TaxSlayer software, when we start the tax season, you will be able to prepare 2016 to 2021 tax year returns. So sorry about that. That's 2016 to 2021 tax year returns in TaxSlayer. And so what we always recommend is that you start with the oldest year first, because the basic information, it will continue to roll over to each year as you work on them on there. So typically we're only really going back 3 years, because that's only 3 years to claim to get a refund. But there may be some individuals that the IRS is requiring them to file some additional years. So we're able to go back all the way to 2016. But the 2021, the 2020, and the 2019 tax years are the only years that can be e-filed. That means we can submit those electronically to the IRS in most cases. Now, the 2018 through the 2016 tax returns, those will have to be paper returns. So after we input them into the TaxSlayer software, they will then need to be signed, and the client will have to mail them to the IRS. And this is the general IRS address that most returns will go to. Also, we want to talk about ITIN. So we've kind of talked about the ITIN has the same sequence as a social, and it starts with a number 9. So just want to iterate, when a person comes in with an ITIN, we need to start the tax return with the ITIN number. And then when we get ready to enter in a source document, such as a W-2, if they have it, then we will need to enter in that source document number in that section. So if there's a social security number on the source document, we will enter that in at that appropriate time in that area. but your site coordinator will be able to assist you a little more with the ITINs. Individuals that are renewing or actually getting a new ITIN, it shows the mailing address, and below we have the number for TAC appointments. So this can be for ITIN individuals as well as for anyone that wants to maybe take a paper return to the IRS or have questions. So these are the IRS TAC locations, and the 844 number is the general number for people to make appointments. So as of right now, everyone will have to make an appointment to go to one of these locations. So that's the general number. And with the ITIN, there are some unexpired documents that we will need to have for that. So we're not going to go into detail with the ITINs, but that is something that you can probably get more direction from your site coordinator from. So an IPIN number. What is an IPIN number? This is a 6-digit number that will need to go on the tax return. So if it is issued, it must be included on the tax return in order for us to e-file the return. Starting with the 2020 tax year, tax clients can opt in to receive an IPIN number. Identity theft, it is increasing. So individuals, if they would like to, they can go to the irs.gov website and have an IPIN number, just knowing it must be listed on the tax return in order for it to be, for the e-file to be accepted on there. If we're doing multiple years, we will need to use the most recent IPIN number on all tax returns. So the IRS, typically the month of December, will start mailing out the new IPIN numbers because it's a new number each year. They will send that to the address of record that they have on file. If an individual did not receive it, misplaced it, they have a couple of options. They can call this 1-800 number to request the IPIN number to be reissued. The thing is, the IRS will issue it to the latest address that they have on file for the taxpayer. Or they may be able to go to the irs.gov, create an account, and retrieve the IPIN number. So they would go to the irs.gov and enter IPIN in the search bar, and then they can follow the prompts to create an account to get that number. So there is an area where we enter this number in on tax layer that will be processed on the tax return.